Flash churning made-to-order Nitro ice creams at negative 320 degrees, Icy's Plain and Fancy is pushing the culinary boundaries.
The idea for Icy's Plain and Fancy came from basically high-end kitchens. We sort of saw an opportunity to push the boundary of what people are doing with ice cream and with this concept and with the nitrogen. No one in the world is doing it the way that we do it. It shortens the process from something that could take a half hour, 45 minutes. We can do it in about 45 seconds. So now you can see, you can hear the mixer working. And if you want to see kind of where we're at this point. And what I have is basically that's the start of the ice cream, but you can see that it's sort of frozen. It's stuck on the edges. It's got hard spots. And that's not gonna be really good when you eat it. So basically what we'll do is we'll spin it up a little more and I'll torch the sides, melting it a little bit, and you can see inside the mixer where it's gonna start to pull off. It'll start to come loose like that, and then in it goes. You get it loose from the edges. And then this is weird to people, because basically I want it to stick again, but not as much. So what I'll do is I'll spin it up a little faster and add just a little bit of nitrogen in it, and spinning itself around, sort of like taffy almost. And that's really part of the key to the texture that we get. And you got fresh made ice cream. Sort of artistic and more like, how can we push this further? How can we make it stand out, which is important to us.
Serving up traditional favorites, cocktail ice cream creations, and innovative flavors, Chef Max is the master of nitro mixology.
Mint chip is one that I wanted to keep very nostalgia and like kid-like, so we used the mint syrup instead of using like fresh mint and stuff, so it's bright green with big chunks of chocolate chip. We put that in the bowl, and then we add liquid nitrogen, which is about a 1-to-1 ratio. It takes about as much liquid nitrogen as volume of product to freeze it. We take that and we add it to the mixers while they're running, and it pretty much instantly freezes everything. That's it.
We're selling something that not only is a delicious sweet treat, but it's also something that comes with a tremendous amount of nostalgia baked in with it. In general, people have a very close relationship with things like ice cream, with things like cookies, things that bring them back to their childhood. It's a lifestyle brand. It's not just the ice cream, it's the experience that you have when you come here.
And that experience and the name Icy's Plain and Fancy comes from a frozen desserts cookbook authored by the Victorian Queen of Ices, Mrs. Agnes Bertha Marshall. The self-made English culinary entrepreneur was one of the first to suggest using liquid nitrogen to create ice cream.
So this lady is so cool, and this, this book has this weird title, Icy's Plain and Fancy. It totally fits, like the building's Victorian, we love this lady. The name is weird, but it's like weird in a good way. We really like it, and we're weird. We're gonna be weird and different. So it sort of just was like, that's it. We kind of came up with the name and the location in the same day. Everything was very serendipitous.
The opportunity that we saw in this space, not just that it's a beautiful building from the exterior, it's in a neighborhood that's one of the fastest growing neighborhoods in the city of St. Louis. It's the Shaw neighborhood. It's
really vibrant, it's really eclectic, there's lots going on, and there's room to grow here. There's room for us to be a part of the heart of the neighborhood.